Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be discussing the balance changes that could be doing with for the boosts in Sonic Forces Speed Battle, since Sega Hardlight haven't bothered to produce any balance patches just yet. So I've kind of wrapped a few stickers together and put a subheading on it, just so because I can't really properly set it out, but this will do for now. So I'll be discussing all the boosts that need buffs and nerfs and everything in between. Well, not everything in between, but whatever. So firstly, we've got the boosts that I think need the delay from when they are about to start to decrease. Like, for example, when they're charging up, or they're just about to start. So we'll start off with the slingshot boost, which is from Angry Birds, like Chuck and Red. It just takes too long to start and it's incredibly hard to catch up with. And then I also said Super Boost because, if you're not a movie Super Shadow on over level 12, it is literally impossible to win. As I was saying, my mic just stopped working for a quick second there, so I had to start from where I was. So I said, unless if you're a movie Super Shadow, it's literally impossible to win, especially when you getting over 8.2, 8.3k. You don't see many people over that. There's maybe Shiko and Typho, and that's about it really. So yeah, it's quite hard to win with supers, so I think it needs a slight buff. But in the next video I'll talk about attacks, and I'll probably say we need to nerf Chaos Blast. And then the final thing is Boss Cage Maze Sonic's and Thorn Rose's boost, which it's pretty much the worst boost in the game, to be honest, because it's slow, it's not a long boost, and you have to charge it up for a while, so it's a bit tricky to deal with, especially when you're using it. The only good thing about it is it leaves a trail like Dulce Amy, but yeah, it's pretty bad. So they're the characters that need their delay and charge up reduced to make it a bit quicker. Moving on, we have the boosts that have a slight delay before they start, and it just completely ruins their races 99% of the time, making it quite frankly unusable when you're catching up. So if you get hit once or twice, it's literally game over. So that's why they need some buffs. So I think for these three boosts, Chopper boost from Series Knuckles, Champion's Chariot, so I think that's what it's called, from Gladiator Knuckles, and SS Super Marine, they all need their delay removed because they're not the fastest of boosts anyway, so they're quite hard to catch up with. So all three of them need no delay whatsoever to make them usable. Next up, we have all the boosts that I think need speed increase, but they have an alright duration, so we don't need both. So they have Rusty Rose's boost, which it's Cyborg Smash, I think it's called. It's a bad boost because you can't hit dash pads or item boxes without ending your boost, because you're in the air, but if you smash down, the boost ends. So I think the speed should increase to make up for the missed dash pads. It does alright damage, but it's a bit bugged up and it's hard to use it, but it does a bucket load of damage, I think, but I don't really use it that much, so I can't really tell you really. And then we have Dark Embrace from Mephiles, which the main bad thing about it is it's delayed to start. It's a bit similar to Movie Knuckles, Movie Sonic's boost, but it's just a bit slower, so I think it needs a speed increase. And then also Tails 9's boost, the claw thingy mabob, I don't really know what it is. It's I've used it once or twice. It's got an alright duration, it's just really slow. And then Tickle's boost, is that how you pronounce it? Tickle, I don't know. But her boost is quite slow. It's alright duration last time I checked. So yeah, that would probably need a buff. And then it's Wrench Rush from Wave, and I could have said her duration needs increase, but if the speed gets increased, the duration doesn't need an increase. And then it's Cream's boost, I think that is, and yeah, it's just too slow. It's got a ridiculous duration though, so it doesn't need both. And then finally we have, I don't know the name of that boost, but it's from Dragon Hunter Lancelot and the Shadow Knights. That's the best I can say. Might be Dragon Hunter Shadow, I don't know, but it's like this. It flies and it's got an alright duration. It's a bit slow, so yeah, that needs a good old buff as well to make it usable. And they are the boosts that need their speed increased. Next up, we have the boosts that I think need a duration increased, that already have a solid speed, but their duration is just dead silly. So first off, we have Werehog's boost, Feral Dash, and as someone who's used Werehog over 400 times, I think, maybe 300, I can assure you that the boost isn't much longer than the mini boost. And it's got an alright speed, which makes it usable, but it just does need a duration increased. And then next we have Fairy Flight from Fairy to Call, and yeah, she has a really strong, is it the trap with the flower cannons? That makes the character pretty good. And then the attack, which is like this lucky horseshoe type item, is also like pretty alright, but the boost is just not long enough. So yeah, that's the only thing that hinders the character, and I think the character would be quite usable if the duration just got a slight increase, which I think is perfectly reasonable. Onwards, next we have like Baby Sonic Chrono Silver's boost. I think it's like EMP boost, is that what it's called? Yeah, EMP boost, I don't know, but it's really fast. It's probably top 15 fastest boosts, but it just lasts a couple of seconds, which just isn't long enough if you compare it to all the meta characters like Extreme Gear Shadow, Sheriff Sonic, Kunoichi Rouge, all of them really strong characters that all the top people are playing. And then finally, we have no other than Tangle's boost. And what is there to say about this? This is probably the shortest boost in the game, and it lasts about 1 and a bit seconds. It's got alright speed, it's invincible, but it is just not long enough, and that is it. It's just not long enough, and it needs to be longer for it to be usable. This is the only reason why I'm not upgrading my Tangle any further and using it. It's because the boost is just not usable. So yeah, I'd like to see at least the boost be doubled in duration would be nice, and that would make a character pretty strong. And that's all of the characters that need a duration increased. Finally, for the characters that boosts need a buff, we have the 6 boosts that are in desperate need of support, and these are Reindeer Knuckles boost Stampede, Gold Rush from Treasure Hunter Knuckles and Elite Agent Rouge, Blazing Aura from Sir Percival, Wind Boost from a whole bunch of characters, most notably recently Demon Hunter Shadow, who we'll get to in a minute, Ice Boost from all sorts of characters as well, and no other than Jungle Run that we've already covered, that is arguably the worst boost in the game. So first of all, with Stampede, it's slow, it's not long, and the character's rubbish anyway, so at least make the boost good. Come on, it needs a big fat buff. And then secondly, we have Gold Rush. I don't really know the boost that well, but from what I've seen, it's not that great, so we'll just shove that in there. And now with Sir Percival's Blazing Aura, I have seen videos of people using this character, most notably probably Ultra, and I've had a go at it myself. The boost is about 2 seconds long, and it is painfully slow to the point where again you can barely use her. But the thing is, if you just buffed the speed and duration a little bit, the character would be usable, and it would actually be a good character, because not only has she got a really strong trap that you can place really well when you're in first, she also has a mini boost, so this character could be like a really strong character if the boost just got a slight buff in both of these areas. Fourth, we have wind boost. I was getting ready to say like a character that has this boost, and then about 20 characters came to mind, and I just couldn't spit it out. But anyway, most notably Demon Hunter Shadow, the character, most recent new character, who has a really strong attack and trap. This boost just really disappoints me, because I would have gotten a lot more cards for him, and I've taken up a lot more time to play the game and do the missions to get more cards for him. But the wind boost is just awful. It's just rubbish. It's complete crap, to be completely honest with you. It's just so slow. It actually makes me really unwell watching it, and it's not very long either, and it covers a tiny amount of distance. Like, if you ask me, would you rather use the wind boost or go on a couple of dash pads? I'd say go on a couple of dash pads. It's that bad. So we need some big buffs for that boost. And then next we have ice boost, which it's a bit better than wind boost, but it's still a load of rubbish. And then sixth we have jungle run. What is there to say? It needs to charge up. It's alright speed, and it's really not that long. I just like it to be a bit quicker and a bit longer. That's about it, really. And they're the boosts that need some serious buffs with speed and duration. Finally, we're on to the boost that needs some real big nerfs, and what any better way to start it off than my king himself, Rival Sonic. As one of the I've probably used him pretty much more than most other players, with about 5,000 uses almost. And I know this boost back to front, it's long, it's stackable, it's got a decent speed, but we don't need to worry about that for now. It's mainly the duration, that if you to chain it and add all together all them boosts, it is so long. One boost alone is about 4 seconds, I'd say. If you spread it out across all three of the wisps, and then you can stack it as well, which makes it ridiculously long if you're really far back. And it's easily the best boost in the game to catch people up with. It is that easy to stack. Like, it's not like Slugger, you have to run into the little pads, and it's not like Sheriff, you have to hit yourself or miss one of your gates. You know, it's not like Extreme Gear Rouge and Extreme Gear Sonic that's not the longest boost. It is long, it's alright speed, it's stackable. It's just such a good boost, and I think the least they could do is reduce the duration. And then the second boost that needs its duration reduced is Lunar Tangle's Lion Dance. What is there to say? It's strong, it's fast, it does damage, and you can even make your boost longer if you hit someone. It's at least 5 seconds, pushing on 6 if you've got a really upgraded well and you hit somebody. So yeah, it's just too good. It's too long. It needs about a second knocking off it to make it fair. And that's the bottom line, really. And they're the boosts that need the duration reduced. Well, isn't the video just starting to brew up as we've got the boost that just need the speed reducing, and it's simple as that. And let's start off with Air Dash from Extreme Gear Shadow. It's pretty long, but I don't think it's the main circus of the problem. I do think it is a bit too fast, so if you could nerf the speed a little bit, that would be brilliant. And that's about it, really. But here is the main course of the subjects. Here is Shuriken Boost from Kunoichi Rouge. It just needs to be maybe nerfed to the Speed of Confusion boost would be nice, which was already a top 5 fastest boost, and outclasses that easily, and I've done multiple like videos of Kunoichi versus Super Boost, and you know it completely battered Super Boost, and that should be the quickest boost in the game, no? So if it can outrun that, like, let's be honest, it does need to be nerfed. It really does. And it got an alright duration, but again, like Extreme Gear Shadow, it's not the problem. And not only that, is it invincible. And also, if I was to say anything else, is it Nutcracker Silver that has the boost that it has one shield, and if it ends if you run into something? I think that mechanic would work alright on Shuriken Boost. Yeah, that would be pretty good, I think, because it would make sense too. And then the speed, it's just outrageous. It's and it's got really strong items, other than that as well. Spin Kick is it's just as annoying as Neo Metal Sonic's attack with his little long blue tickly thing, but it does a bucket load of damage, so yeah, it just needs a nerf. It just needs a nerf. Last but not least, we have Speedster Saloon from Sheriff Sonic. I'm just going to apologise here, the sticker emoji thing wasn't working for Speedster Saloon. It was only getting the little brown part of the gate, so I had to type Speedster Saloon instead. So yeah, my apologies for the lack of decoration, especially for our last one. Unlike any of the other really strong boosts, Speedster Saloon is really long and really fast. See, in my opinion, the solution would be, like, make it 3 gates instead of 4, and just turn the speed down a notch. And the only other thing is it's stackable and it's got good combo items, so it just makes the character way too strong. I don't think it's the strongest boost in the game. I think that's Kunoichi Rouge. Rival Sonics is definitely up there as well, but I think that they both have extremes on duration for Rival and extremes on speed for Kunoichi, but I think Sheriff possesses a lot for both. So quite a bit for both anyway. So if you just turn them both down a bit, like, I think for duration, make it 3 gates if it's already stackable, and then turn the speed down a tiny bit, not too much, because, like, you know, it's Sonic, he's meant to be fast, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he's a really strong character, even if you give him that nerf. So yeah, I think that'll wrap up my video for the discussing about what the nerfs and buffs will be for all the boosts in Sonic Forces at the minute. Sega Hardlight, if you're watching, which you're probably definitely not, you should probably listen to this because I think it's quite accurate. I've taken a lot of time thinking about the pros and cons of all of these decisions, and also everyone who's watched and had the patience to stick around and watch for about 20 minutes almost. Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments, what you agree with, what you disagree with, what you tweak, you know, and yeah, I'm open to hearing what you have to say, and I'm really curious. So I hope you guys have enjoyed and taken anything from this, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay that I'll wrap it up with. So yeah, and have a good day as well. Goodbye for now.